Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to cover the perfect morning skincare routine according to a dermatologist. We're going to look at the steps that are essential, nice, and unnecessary. Let's get to it. When it comes to selecting your morning skincare routine, there's so many products that you could use, and you may see people online using a 10-step skincare routine, and really that's not necessary. So today we're going to walk through all of the steps you could include in a skincare routine, and we're going to talk about what I think you should be doing as a dermatologist and what kinds of things you can ignore along the way. If you're just looking to improve the quality of your skin, we'll talk about steps that could help dark marks, that could help unnecessary pigmentation, fine lines, wrinkles, or any other skincare concern that you might have. So we're going to start with cleansing your skin. Cleansing your skin is the first step in your morning skincare routine. What that will do for you is remove excess dirt and oil from the surface of the skin, things that may have accumulated overnight, and any nighttime products that you put on the skin that you'll want to wash off before you go out and get any sun exposure. So today in this skincare routine, I'm going to be using a cleanser that is from La Roche-Posay, and it is a gentle cleanser. So this one is the Toleriane Hydrating Gentle Cleanser. This one is very good for dry and sensitive skin, which I have. But if you have a little bit more oily skin, you could use a cleanser with salicylic acid in it. And what that might do is help to minimize the appearance of pores, remove additional oil from the skin because it is a beta hydroxy acid, which is really good for removing some of that excess oil. But because I have dry skin that tends to be a little bit more sensitive, I stick with really gentle cleansers that aren't trying to do a lot to my skin when I put them on in the morning. Now, for the purposes of simplicity for this video, I've already washed my face with this cleanser, dried it, and then fixed my hair again. But generally, you want to wash with warm water. It doesn't need to be too hot. It shouldn't be freezing cold. Just a nice warm water that feels good on the skin. And then you'll take 1 to 2 pumps of whatever cleanser you're using, and then use your fingertips to rub that into the skin. And be careful around the eyes or anything, especially if you're using a really active cleanser. It's generally not necessary to use a scrubbing brush or anything like that. You just need a gentle cleanse with the fingertips is usually sufficient for most people. Periodically, you might choose to use a facial scrubbing brush. This is a dual texture facial buffer from Clean Logic. I like this brand. They're not too aggressive on the skin, but I think this is better than one of the mechanical brushes that has a rotating head that really strips things off your skin. So following the cleansing step, the first thing you want to do is dry your face, and you'll just pat it dry. You don't need to rub or scrub hard again, just pat the skin dry. And then this is what I would say an unnecessary step. It's a luxury step if you're doing everything else. But if you'd like to use a toner or an essence, this would be where you want to use it. The toners and essences that are available on the market now are generally there to help deliver active ingredients to the skin. You want to avoid things that have a lot of alcohol content in them or that are really harsh or stripping to the skin. Back in the day when we used to use just soap to cleanse our skin, soap is very alkaline, and we would use a more acidic type of toner to bring down the skin's pH back to a more normal level. Most of the gentle cleansers we have now use mild surfactants instead of soaps, so it's unnecessary to try to restore the skin's pH. It's already where it needs to be. So you can pick a toner or an essence to apply to the skin that will help to deliver active ingredients, and you can pick one that will help to focus on pores, pollution, pigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles. There's lots of different things that you can do. I'll talk about a few of them here that I've used in the past. One is from Pharmacy Beauty, and it's the Green Clean. It's a toner, and it is a salicylic acid or a BHA toner, and that can help to minimize the appearance of your pores by dissolving some of those sebaceous plugs that stick in your pores. For the video today, I have a couple. First up is the Tatcha, the essence. This is an expensive one. This is a luxury item, and again, this is an unnecessary step in your skincare routine, but it feels very nice on the skin if you're doing all the other steps that we're going to talk about. It's just that this is where it fits in immediately after cleansing, and it's okay to do when your skin is still a little bit damp. I also have the Bye Bye Pores Refining Toner here. This is a nice one from IT Cosmetics, and it's really not really aggressive. And then just for another example, I have the Fresh Beauty Kombucha Facial Treatment Essence. Again, I've used this one. It has just a little bit more viscosity to it than Tatcha. It feels very nice on the skin and is not aggressive or drying at all. For the video today, we're going to be using Tatcha's just because this is the one I want to use. So in this step, you're going to put a little bit in your hand. Then you're going to pat your hands together and just kind of pat it into the skin of the face. Using an essence like that delivers immediate hydration to the skin, and you're ready to move on to the next step in your skincare routine. The next step is what I would consider an essential step in your morning skincare routine, and that is the use of an antioxidant to help protect your skin throughout the day as you encounter ultraviolet light from the sun or pollution through environmental pollution or any other source of free radicals or toxins in your daily environment. When you're exposed to toxins, pollutions, ultraviolet rays, that can create something in your skin called free radicals. And those free radicals are like a free electron, if you think back to high school chemistry, that can bounce around inside your cells and damage your DNA. That increases your risk of premature aging and development of skin cancer. So using an antioxidant will help to gobble up those free radicals, to take them out of circulation and protect your skin as what I would say is an essential step in your skincare routine. Now, the most common active ingredient that you'll find as an antioxidant in over-the-counter skincare routines is vitamin C. There's many brands of vitamin C available on the market. Probably the most well-known and still I think the market leader is CE Ferulic from SkinCeuticals. It does come at a premium price, however, $166. So it's not the one that you probably want to jump into as an introductory if you haven't used a vitamin C in the past, but I'll link several others in the video description below so that you can find one that'll work for your skin type that's also within your budget. For the purposes of this video, I'm using the Neutrogena Rapid Tone Repair. These are a 20% vitamin C capsule, so you get a dose delivered in a little ampule that's biodegradable. We're going to use that today, but some of my other favorites, I've used ones from Bliss, from Derma E. I do love the SkinCeuticals one. I've also really liked the Naturium Vitamin C, so there's a lot of options available on the market, and you'll see some in the video descriptions below with my link in bio. You can find all of my skincare recommendations and certainly find something that works for you. With this vitamin C, it comes in this tiny little ampule, and what we're going to do is just break that open. This is all biodegradable, so there's no waste that's going to harm the environment, and we're going to squeeze that out onto our finger, just like that. And then just like using a retinol, you really don't need a lot, so we're going to dab this on the skin in different areas, and we're going to gently rub that in. Generally, keep your vitamin C stored in a cool, dry place because vitamin C is inherently unstable, and if you leave it out in direct sunlight or a lot of heat, it can degrade and become completely ineffective. I know that these ones are still effective because this brand actually tingles a little bit when I put it on my face. That's not something that most people would experience, but I experience it again because of my more dry and sensitive skin. I don't often use this one as my daily vitamin C just because it is a bit strong for my skin, but I use, something that's more in a gel or a lotion form or sometimes a serum, and then I'll follow that with a moisturizer, which takes us on to the next step in our skincare routine. Before we jump into moisturizing the skin, this is the place where you would use an eye cream if you'd like to use an eye cream in your skincare routine. Eye creams, again, are not a necessary or a required step in your skincare routine, in my opinion, but it is a nice luxury type of step that you can do. I think this one takes a little bit higher priority than using an essence on the skin. I think you get more mileage out of an eye cream than you do out of an essence, and today we're going to be using the eye cream from Rock. I've been recommending Rock to my patients in the clinic for a long time when they're looking for a really good over-the-counter eye cream, and it's at a lot better price point than the ones that I would sell in my clinic. Now, this retinol correction eye cream does contain a small amount of retinol, which is good to help brighten and tighten that skin around the eyes. And it's not so aggressive like a full-strength retinol that would really dry out that sensitive, very thin skin. Your eyelid skin is the thinnest of anywhere on your whole body. For this one, I'm going to take that and I'm just going to put a little bit on my middle finger, and I'm going to dab just under each eye. And you want to be gentle with that skin. And then we're just going to lightly rub that in, kind of dab. You want to get out, underneath the eye and then out around the area of your crow's feet. If you're developing those, I get them from time to time. I do Botox for 1 or 2 times a year to help prevent it, but I don't keep up on it every 3 months. An eye cream is really going to help focus on the hydration and the appearance of that skin under your eyes. There's some things you just can't correct if you're genetically blessed with really deep veins right there under the eyelid skin. You may have a permanent dark appearance. There are procedures that can help with that, but using an eye cream consistently will help to tighten and brighten that skin underneath the eyes. So we're going to just kind of gently rub that in, move on to the other side. Now, if your morning skincare routine uses something like gua sha or some other depuffing tool, you could use that before you start your eye cream. Usually you're going to put a lotion or a moisturizer or a gel or something on your skin. That's an unnecessary step in my opinion. You may get some temporary depuffing benefits from using tools like that. Some people love it. It's not something that I make time for in my daily routine, so I would consider it an unnecessary step. I would put that below things like an essence or an eye cream, but it's a luxury thing. If you have the time to do that kind of step, then you're really dedicated, and I say go for it. At this point in your skincare routine, if you're using any prescription treatments, I would put them on at this point because you've got an essence on, you've only got a little bit of an eye cream, and so now is the time you want to put on any spot treatments for acne that you may be doing or any other targeted therapies for dark marks. Some of my favorite ingredients for dark marks are going to be things like tranexamic acid and kojic acid. You can get those from Versed or from the Inky list. There's many other brands that will carry those types of products. Now is the time to put those on. I'm not going to demonstrate those right now because I don't have any of those concerns that I'm trying to address. It's at this point that you want to use a moisturizer. You've got all of your treatments on, you did an essence, your skin is ready to receive that hydration. And so I'm going to come in today with the Dr. Jart Ceramidin Cream, but there's lots of moisturizers that I love to use. SkinFix has an amazing moisturizer. SkinCeuticals, their Triple Lipid Restore 242, really pricey, but really nice. I also really love the Squalane plus Omega Repair from Biossance. It's a really nice, rich moisturizer for the skin. But if you're looking to save money, here's another trick is I love to get the CeraVe or the Cetaphil body cream. It comes in a big jar. You get a ton of it for around $15, give or take. And that can actually make a really good facial moisturizer. It's not going to plug up your pores. It's a really good cost-effective option to moisturize and hydrate that skin on your face. So for this moisturizer, we're just going to take a little bit in the palm. This is a thicker moisturizer. I like that a lot because my skin is more dry and a little bit more sensitive from all the products that I use. So I do want something that feels a little bit heavier on my skin. And we're going to rub that in. Using a good moisturizer helps for me to calm down that tingle from the vitamin C product that I use there from Neutrogena. So to recap, we've washed our skin. You may or may not have used an essence. You have used an eye cream potentially. Any targeted treatments that you're instructed to use or that you like to incorporate. And now you've moisturized. The most important step and the most essential step in your morning skincare routine is going to be using a sunscreen. None of those products that we've just shown previously are going to do anything for you if you don't use a sunscreen consistently. There's no treatment that we can do that's stronger than what the sun can undo. So using a sunscreen to protect your investment, whether your investment is other skincare products, whether it's lasers, microneedling, chemical peels, or anything else done with a dermatologist, you have to protect that investment if you want to stay looking young and maintain healthy skin. I never leave the house without putting on a sunscreen every single day. And if you can remember to reapply, bonus points to you, especially if you're participating in activities outdoors where you're in the water or you're sweating a lot, because that sunscreen is going to become ineffective after a few hours. So the recommendation is to reapply every 2 hours to make sure that you're not losing that protection and you're fully protecting your skin. Now, we've talked a lot about sunscreen in some of my other videos. Whether you like to use a chemical sunscreen or a mineral sunscreen, it doesn't matter to me as long as you find one that you like and you use it every single day. Here's just a couple examples of sunscreens that I've enjoyed using. The first one is from Vichy. This Vichy is the UV Defense Moisturizer Sunscreen. It's a broad spectrum SPF 30, and this contains mostly chemical filters. So this is going to do a really good job to help protect you, and you should apply it every 2 hours. 11 by Venus Williams. This is from Venus Williams, the famous tennis player. And this one is an SPF 35. Now, tennis players are out in the sun all the time, so it's important that they protect their skin. And this is a nice sunscreen. It's a sheer mineral sunscreen. This is one of the best mineral sunscreens I've found at not leaving a white cast, especially for a 25% zinc oxide. Usually that's going to leave you pasty white. And obviously coming from Venus Williams, she's not into that. So using an SPF 35, this feels very nice on the skin. I'll do a full video review on it later, but this is a great daily sunscreen. For this video, I'm going to be using the Mantle Invisible Daily Defense. This is an SPF 30, and I love it because it's totally clear. It's a transparent gel sunscreen. And as a conflict of interest to you guys, I do work with Mantle to help promote their sunscreen, but I'm not getting paid for this video, but it's just one of my favorite products. I do sell it in my office, and I love to encourage people to use it because it's a novel formulation that I don't see in a lot of other sunscreens. The Mantle sunscreen goes on completely clear, so it's great for guys if they have any facial hair. It gives a matte finish, so if you shave your head completely, it's not gonna make you look all shiny like some other sunscreens would. So I'm gonna take that sunscreen, you can see that it's totally clear, get another pump in my hand, and then we're gonna put that on and you'll pretty much be ready to go. This sunscreen goes on really smooth, will never leave a white cast. I got enough on there. You make sure to get the back of your neck and your ears as well. Now it's best to let the sunscreen sit on your skin for 10 to 15 minutes before you go out and start your day. So I recommend saving that much time so that it gets into that top layer of skin and provides adequate protection for you. Now with sunscreen on, you're ready to start the day. That's the perfect morning skincare routine according to a dermatologist. Let me know if you guys would include different steps in your skincare routine or what you think about these steps. Thanks for following along, and remember to come back soon because I'm going to be posting the perfect evening skincare routine to answer all the rest of your questions. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.